Hi everyone, and welcome to the webinar today. So I'm going to be talking to you about the Ask Bosco Index and the new competitor benchmarking that we've launched. So what I'm going to quickly do is just share my screen. Share. Brilliant. So here you can see this is our Ask Bosco product. So Ask Bosco is a marketing intelligence platform, and we look at reporting for people. So making sure that all of your actual data is reported correctly for all of your marketing channels and it's all in one place. We have our competitor benchmarking section, which basically takes a look at how you are performing within the sector that you are operating in. And then we have our budget planner section, which is our forecasting and optimization section. But today I'm going to focus on the competitor benchmarking report. So I'm just inside the demo account at the moment. So this is the new competitor benchmarking report. So we've listened to a lot of the feedback that we had. So there's been a lot of upgrades that we've done to this side of the product. So from an overall score, what you can see here is the score that you would have originally seen on the old Ask Bosco index. So this score is a score out of 1,000 that tells you how well you are performing from an online search visibility point of view. And in order to make that more directional for everybody, we've included now the individual metrics underneath that show you what make up that overall score. So we have paid search, SEO, other marketing, and website health. So paid search marketing is obviously looking at your pay-per-click channels. So for example, Google, Bing, anything that runs through that side of your pay-per-click advertising. SEO is obviously looking at your search engine optimization and looking at your organic traffic. Other marketing is things like email and all of the other channels that make up your digital marketing space. And then we have website health, which specifically looks at your online website health. So specifically from an e-commerce point of view, it looks at how your website is built and how it has been built in order to perform well within search results. So they're the different categories that we now look at. And what this gives you is basically information to tell you where to spend your time. So this is just the demo account, but if we have a look, the overall score for this demo account is 581, which in our new way of interpreting the score is pretty much right in the middle. So anything from 500 is in the middle. Anything above 600 is considered to be really good. Anything below 400, we'd probably have a look at that, and you'd probably want to be auditing that area. So for example, here you can see that the overall score is 581. And actually, out of all the scores along the bottom, we can see that paid search, SEO, and other marketing are performing fairly well. And actually, it's the website health of this particular demo account that we need to have a look at. So if I click see more, that brings me down to this section of the page. So what you can see on our competitor benchmarking report here is that you can see over time your website score health. So if I just select a few competitors, I'll do Toolstation, Victoria Plumbing, DIY.com, also known as B&Q, you can have a look and see how these clients specifically have been trending from a website health point of view over the last few months. We have the last 4 months on here since we've done the latest release, but actually this would grow over time to be a 12-month view of historic performance. As you scroll down, you can then see the key metrics that make up specifically the website health score metrics. So for example, we can see the performance score, accessibility score, best practice score, and the SEO score. And these metrics are taken from Google's best practice and Google Lighthouse in order to understand how you've built your website for it to perform online. So here you can see how your particular score looks across these areas. You can then see how your best competitor is ranking across these scores, and then your worst competitor. So in this example, you can see that the performance score top left is an area where DIY.com would need to look at to improve their overall visibility. Also, there's some optimizations that they could be completing from an SEO point of view of how they've set up their page from a development side. So that's how you take a look and sort of analyze these scores. Also in website health, you can scroll down and you can see how you are performing from a site speed point of view against the competitors. So here you can see DIY.com is the account that the demo account is set up. You can see we have Victoria Plumbing, Screwfix, Wix, and you can actually see that Victoria Plumbing has the fastest website from a desktop perspective versus mobile perspective as well. It actually is Wix who has the highest performing or the fastest website. You can also scroll down and you can see what the website performance is in terms of speed on a historic basis as well, just to review, just in case. So for example, you can see here Toolstation have clearly, realized that their website needed some performance improvements. They've adjusted that, but then actually maybe potentially something they've released another development and actually that's increased the site speed again from a desktop point of view. So these are all just helpful insights to help you set the scene from an overall industry point of view to know what you can do from an online marketing point of view to improve performance. They are indicators of the overall online marketing space. Another thing that we do is provide our league table. So we can provide our league table from an overall score point of view, a paid search point of view, SEO point of view, other marketing and website health point of view. So I just jumped to overall. You can see that within the league table, DIY.com is second versus some of its competitors, but you can see how you can improve in terms of taking over the top spot, or for example, how close your competitors are beneath you as well. One of the other new features of the Ask Bosco Index is that you can come here and you can select to edit your competitors. This takes you through to the edit competitors page in which you can either remove or add new competitors to the graph. It takes about an hour for that to upload in the back end, and then you'll be able to select the competitors that you can review in your competitor benchmarking report going forward, and the tool will start to collect data on those competitors. We also provide key insights at the top right. So if you don't have time to necessarily get into the detail of the report, you can quickly come to the insights page just to see how competitors are doing month on month. So for example, you can see here, DIY.com doing really well from an organic score point of view, versus, for example, somebody like Plumbing World has the biggest category level score drop across all the domains, for example. So you can come in here, pick up the individual insights, and then use that to apply to your competitor benchmarking report. Like I said, obviously we went through the website health example, but just to show you, we do also have individual scoring categories for paid search. So you can come down and understand your engagement, traffic, market share, and value. And you can also do the same from an SEO point of view. To understand what each of these, I suppose, metrics mean, you can hover over the eye icon and it'll just pop up. So for example, SEO engagement gauges the on-site traffic, engagement of traffic driven by SEO activity based on metrics such as bounce rate, pages per visit, and visit duration. So you can use the icons across the product to be able to understand that information. And ultimately, what we want for the competitor benchmarking report is to help you understand your competitors, understand how you can improve your performance, and ultimately take more of that overall share of search. So that's the demo of the new competitor benchmarking report. I'm just going to stop sharing for a minute and let me just get up a presentation which just has the key points that I would like you to leave today with on our new reporting. Cool. So our new competitor benchmarking. What is the competitor benchmarking? Ask Bosco competitor benchmarking reviews third-party data from trusted partners to give you an indication of your online search visibility against your specific industry competitors. The competitors are chosen by a third-party tool based on the types of products that you sell and the keywords that you're bidding on. If you want to edit those competitors because you have a particular brand in mind or a newcomer to the space, can do that with the functionality that I showed you. How are the scores calculated? We have the overall ASPOSCO index score in the middle, and then we now have the subcategories of paid search, SEO, other digital marketing, and website health. You can use all of these scores to make up the overall score, and basically we use third-party data from trusted third-party sources to review you across all of these areas to give you an overall score. And just a reminder, the score ranges have changed. So how do you interpret your new ASPOSCO index? Below 400, there's definitely room for improvement. I'd have a look at auditing your activity. Using the scores as you go through the competitor benchmarking can give you an indication of where you could start to look first. Good is between 400 to 600, but there's still always room for improvement. And then anything above 600, we would consider being excellent in terms of the scores. So I'm going to stop right there and just stop sharing my screen. If anybody has any questions. Okay, I've got one question here. So why did we recently change the ASPOSCO index and benchmarking feature? This was just a case of listening to all of our user feedback. So we listened and we actioned that. So originally we just had the overall ASPOSCO index score, and that wasn't giving people enough actionable insight to go and improve their online search visibility. So what we wanted to do was give you the scores at an SEO level, paid search level, other marketing level, and website health level. So you've got a bit more of an indication of where you can go away and look, ask your teams in those departments to help you improve your overall website health and visibility. Why does the ASPOSCO index measure where is the data from? So what we measure is we measure obviously the metrics that I've mentioned: SEO, paid search, website health, and other marketing. These scores come from third-party trusted providers. So for example, we use tools such as SEMrush, SimilarWeb, Google Lighthouse, all of these different sources to pull everything together and give you your ASPOSCO index score. So this is based on industry-leading third-party data sources to power your ASPOSCO index score. We then apply, our data science team apply a framework on top of that in which we sort of upweight or downweight some of the metrics that we're getting from those systems in order to produce the score. The score is updated every single month. That's just another question that's come through. So we actually now update the score mid-month. So previously it was at the beginning of the month. It's now mid-month, and that's to ensure that we have enough data and we've collected all of the data from the previous month to update the score. And then another question, why has my ASPOSCO index score increased or decreased recently? So there's a number of reasons why that could be. So for example, if month on month you had a score that either increased or decreased, if it decreased, for example, that could be an SEO algorithm update. Is it your SEO score that's dropped? For example, if Google, I don't know, launched something where they were really pushing, content and things like this, and that's happened in the last year. If your website wasn't set up to handle that, you would see a decrease in your overall SEO visibility, which would therefore impact your overall score. Sometimes from a decreasing point of view, it actually has nothing to do with necessarily the individual channels or anything that you're doing. It could simply be that actually a lot of your competitors have made massive headway in some of those areas. So they might be investing more in paid search, taking up more space from a real estate point of view, from an online, or for example, they might have launched a new website, for example, completed a website migration that's improved all of their website health, therefore ranking better from an SEO point of view, converting more from a paid search point of view, which would therefore increase their visibility as well against you. So there's a number of different reasons. The insights on the page obviously help you understand that. But yeah, we are really pleased with our competitor benchmarking, and I hope that it helps our customers understand how they can improve their online search visibility. Are there any other questions from anybody? I don't think so. I think that's it. If there are anything, we also have, you can view everything about our competitor benchmarking report on our website. So on the aspbosco.io website, there is a separate page that has FAQs, but then also if you do have any specific questions, you can email team@aspbosco.com as well. Thank you.